from Biafrans Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died, that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no wrong with them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I touched me, oh. Remember when me tell you say I touched me, oh. Yeah, I remember that one that called us a Bruce Mero. But the way you go, like a Papa Nuku. But then the way you me tell you what I look pandi, what pandi Samiro, me tell you what I did. For me the brother, the rest of man, I tell you what I am. Me never give up, me tell them
heroes, I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
I look up to the sky with tears in my eye. For other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, forever be a part.
They fought for our freedom, they died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front, without food, without guns, for our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes, we want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now, if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart, forever, 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 and ever, and ever, and ever.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We blame now history, that the death of my people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bummed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali.
They were starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in our heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes for our fallen heroes.
This is for my fallen heroes. Give them a motivation, people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They paid the ultimate price. They died for the freedom of my unborn child. We live for the legacy.
Yo, we will never Yeah, you know what it is.
It's like I'm looking at myself in
We
the
must
mirror.
revenge, and we must stand to represent who we are.
The global conspiracy against the Biafran people. At this moment, we use this media to demand the unconditional release of the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, who the Finland authority have held incommunicado for long now. They say they are investigating, and it's been months up to now. No charge has been brought against the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. We hereby demand the immediate release, the unconditional release of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. The global conspiracy against the Biafrans is unacceptable. We will never, ever accept it. It doesn't matter how they try to paint it, the whole world is watching. And it is sad that the world is silent, watching the atrocities committed against the Biafran people. Mazi Simon Ekpa is only asking for the freedom of his own people. He's only defending his own people, trying to save the innocent lives that are being wasted away. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa now.
Natulaje bano mabuli vemelem. Otibe kuna tulane bovo. Timalugo no nugo do koko do nyano be hule hule. Dani mona tunilu. Naya kalakana kwa lerinu mwangulu. Ngula matali wanso jere futa mbaka njuba diali. Mama abulezi okwenu. Na baka la keluego nezi enwe. Nubocha kala keluego nudezi. Maka na baba neno waralu nunuteyi. Umu Biafra kunyenwe. Umu Biafra kunyenwe. Unanu kwa ni mono nuno mono nezi biakenenwe. Ono nenu lila tono na nagulugu seji tono nugu banatayi. Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo. Makana nyuko no 1 million no we bofu wa mabulezi okwe. Naka ni kwata milake kwa kwacha siyenyi kakesu ezo pabule bewelo tamano. Umu Biafra kuyenwe. Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo. Makano fobi abakama. Nala nugo noe. Biafra na bekele umunina. Nkabo nkani. Wadati na itele wanyi bekele mi. Akwage bulu kwekene na fando to Biafra is our hope. And the Biafra is our religion. Nkodi na wata chieza muno bibu onye iwere. Wesi ya kene rugyo. Adubagwo chukwo. Ikemba one of Biafra land mongwem. Adawunelia kala ya dike. Mafondi mochiri diebu bebigade biche vele mongwem. Abusigodo kweji mali bonine. Adagweji malo Biafra biya. Papa gị si ekene logi Filipu Effiong. Abụzikwa nwoke kwuru okwu wee kwụsị okwu si na Biafra ekunye. Na ya bụ Biafra ya tụrụ ugo wee nata. Na bụrụ na ya bụ Biafra ekunyigo. N'ọkụ ọgụlị nwata n'aka na na-ele. Ọba gị si ekene logo onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Amadike Biafra kedu ebe ị nọ dike? Amadike Biafra bịa n'ụlọ.
She has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of
Ọba gị bụ ofu onye tiri ndị iro mgbada nwụrụ anwụ n'isi.
accused from my case and cannot try my case.
Amadike.
There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not
Amadike
know.
bụ mmanwụ ndị
It is
iro.
my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you.
Emekene gị na.
Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I
N'isi
sent a petition to
ekene
the
logi
NJC
Biafra
about it.
COS DrNgoziOrabueze bịa keneli o.
He's using
Abụzikwa
her
oke nwaanyị gị
position
ka
for
bụ na
personal
akpọ
gain.
n'ama.
For personal gain.
Ada Biafra n'ịtọtọ.
Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges.
Ezi nne m obi ụmụ ya bịa ngwa ngwa
They
o.
told them. They
Nwoke
told
dị
them
na nwaanyị bịa n'ụlọ
that if they convict
unu.
me, this is what happens.
Isi ike n'ụmụ Biafra gị n'azụ.
Nobody wants to do
Maka na akwụdola eze ochie n'elu ụwa ịmalụgo enu.
That's the problem.
Na gidigidi bụ ugwu eze ọma bụrụ eziokwu.
They sent her to my
Akwa gị si ike kenelu gị ndị Biafra gọọmenti niile. Ndị nọ na exile cabinet bịa n'ụlọ unu we. Ọnụ ekene unu o, jisinụ ike nu. Na Chukwu na ndị a na ya agba unu ume. Maka na onye sụrụ ọbịa ya atọ ka anyị malụgo enu eyi. Jisienụ ike. Ekenele m ndị Biafra Liberation Army ụmụ Chukwu. Ndị ejeza Biafra land bịa kenenu eyi. The great oracles of Biafra na n'unu we. Ọnụ wee kene unu n'ama. Na unu jisi ike n'ọlụ. Na Chukwu ya gba unu ume. Ụmụ Chukwu, ụmụ Chukwu ene. Asị ekene ya the Prime Minister H.E. Maazị Simon Eba. Abụzikwa agbata obi yo. Otu adịrị ụmụ Biafra bịa n'ụlọ n'ụlọ. Anụ nganga mpịote mgbe wile nna me. Mmiri na-adị ugwu bịa o. Kudu akọ mmiri na-akwa n'onu. Mmụọ na-akpọ akpụ bịa keneli o. Ọdọgịrị dị m. Ose fụrụ ndị ilo bịa n'ụlọ n'uwe. Makwale n'aka ụsa dị mma n'anya. Mgbe eji mụ agụ ka onye ilo si n'ọdịrọ nka si onye ilo ya tinye isi onye ilo wee walọsọ. Abụzikwa nwa ọgbata obi ihe. Ọgada gidi dike bịa n'ụlọ. Onye jiri kwada n'ihe ya. Onyinye Chukwu nyere ndị Biafra na n'ụlọ. N'ụlọ bụ ekene gị. Asị m na ya dịrị ndị Biafra niile na mma o. Asị na ya dịrị unu niile na mma. Ma ndị anyị na-akpọrọ ọnwụ elu wutere anyị wee rie nne. Ma ndị anyị na-akpọ na ndụdo n'ọnwụ e. Maka na mgbe na-abọ ka ekwe na-agbọ dike. Ọgbọ ya na ndụ, ọgbọ ya n'ọnwụ. N'obi ife onye A good legacy will last forever, my believe and in remembrance of my bless you.
Of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu okike abịa mapụrụ m ihe niile, Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile, onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi. Ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị, ọbụla dị ndị okenye oru 2 na 4 bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ala ha niile si na ịdị nsọ Chineke nna nke igwe. N'ụtụtụ a, ehihie, abalị, n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube onye ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị mma gị na ebere gị, amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị eze ebube dị ngọzi ka igwe tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro, ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị, onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ, ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ, ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke ebere na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe, mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne, ịdị n'otu ọganiru, ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna, ka iwe etinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezuga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi. Ka ọ ga-abụ na ikpeta maazị na Biafra ga-abịa, anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị, kpee isi ala nye gị, bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ka a na-arịọ gị ise ise ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, Chukwu Kikabia Mapurumi Henine, servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live.
The path we are pursuing is a path of pressure, relentless pressure to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only 2 ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only 2 ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go through the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight. Before, Southern Sudan fought a war for 30 years. 30. Our own was only 3 years. Only our boss. 3 years only. Everybody ran away. Only 3 years. We don't want to build men that at the slightest sight of difficulty, they run away. We want to weed out all the chaffs. We need those that can sustain. Those who are relentless in the pursuit of our freedom until our freedom comes. No retreat and no surrender. How do you get them?
Buying and selling has put us into wait and take business in anything we want to do. Whatever that will take us time, we don't want it again.
Nobody wants
the problem for people.
You know your people, at the slightest sign of difficulty, because they are used to buying and selling, they will run away.
Somebody is telling me here, he doesn't want to even go back to that zoo safe or whatever.
But I said something. As one brother wrote very eloquently, he said there are saboteurs everywhere, that every ethnic group have their own saboteurs, but there is something special about an Igbo Sabo. that an Igbo saboteur is the special breed altogether. That his own Sabo is spiritual saboteur. What drives him or her, he or she wouldn't know. If they try to be like you and they cannot be like you, the next thing is envy. And another thing is, what do I do to bring him down to my level? They're going to sabotage. That's the way they are. It's in their nature. Nobody can take that away from an Igbo man. It's how they are. That's how they are wired.
I want every one of you to remember these 3 words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and the Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be. Most of you who claim you own businesses everywhere in Nigeria, for that reason, you want everybody to die. Nobody is above death. Death is going to visit everybody. Just have to pray that you live and make impact in this life. The impact that matters now, as far as Nigeria is concerned, is not the impact to make people millionaires. It is impact to make people to be alive. It is impact to make people to feel secure. It is impact to make people feel they are free. That is the biggest impact you can make. Millions are going to come. People will become millionaires when they are alive. Of what use is it? You make somebody millionaire today and tomorrow he died by gunshot from Fulani. Of what use will it be to the society? You pick up somebody and send him abroad and he come back to Nigeria and police will kill him. It is happening every day. Why do you want to continue to be part of a country like that? Why? We have decided that we design the solution that suits us. And that solution is that everything we do, since they make our country and our land very uncomfortable for us, we will bring our freedom from diaspora. And that's what we're doing today. So the enabling environment that was not created for us in Biafra land, the different countries where we reside have created that environment, and we are struggling to bring this kind of system back to our people for them to live like human beings. So we will always outsmart the terrorist state of Nigeria, where
only one under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa. And we can pray. Once he has that communication, Biafrans, we understand that Obato Obie does not take no crap from nobody. No matter who you are, you must respect that authority. That authority is the only thing that can protect all of us. But we thank God, somebody said this is a transition period. If these things does not happen, Biafrans will not know who is following our prime minister, who wants him to fail, who wants him to be out. So this moment is ordained to happen so that Biafrans will know who is who in this restoration process. So we have no mercy for those that come to disrupt the restoration of this struggle. We don't negotiate with anyone. We will never do that. Because when you do things like that, you encourage the same thing to be inside the government, and they will continue to do what they are doing. There's an adage that says, no matter how you try to leave them, to forgive them, to accept them, they will still come up with that same behavior. Because Nigerian government has a process of divide and conquer. They use people within to destroy what Biafrans are doing. We already know that, and that is why they are not going anywhere. That is why we stop them on their track. That is why we discover them anywhere they are, and we bring them down. That is what we will continue to do. No mercy. No mercy, because lives have been lost. People have died. Children have died. Innocent Biafrans have been murdered. They've spilled their blood. We are not joking. Anybody, any attorney, any lobbyist, you think we are joking in this restoration process? I pity you. Sorry will be your name.
Asịkwana Chineke na enweghị ihe ọ ga-eme maka ọ ga-eme gị nwụọ n'ike. Hope asịkwana na ihe Chineke ga-eme ọ ga-emekwa ya ịfụnanya. Ise n'igwe na nwere ihe ọ ga-eme maka Biafra ọ ga-eme ya ịfụ ya n'anya. Ịghọtago? Ezu aka ọ dị. Ịghọtago? Ọnwa pie. Ogbugo ọtụtụ ọtụtụ anwụgo.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on today's program, wherever you are joining from. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this program, wherever you are connecting from. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect you as you join us on today's program. Wherever you are watching us from, if you are watching us from Facebook, I welcome you. Those who are watching us on TikTok, I welcome you. And those of you who are with me here on David Harbour channel, where I'm hosting the program, I welcome every one of you, and I wish you all a very, very happy weekend. In the midst of all the trials and challenges, you are here, and we are those who Mazin Nandekano prayed for and said that Chukwu Okike Abiama should send those who are born for this mission. If you are still standing up to this minute, you are one of those. I welcome my beloved brother, Machi Bosse. Thank you so much, Machi Bossa. You've been here all the time and you are part of this family. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect you. And I welcome my beloved sister, Doreen. My beloved sister, Doreen, I welcome you. You are part of the house and you are one of our speakers on this program. On daily basis, you're always here. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to strengthen you. Thank you so much for being around. Yeah, I welcome my beloved sister again, Esther Okwosa. Thank you so much for joining my beloved sister, Esther Okwosa, a member of the family also. She's always here on daily basis, pushing this message and make sure it gets to where it has to get to. Thank you for joining us and happy weekend, my sister, Esther Okwosa. My beloved brother, Somudu Uchendu. Thank you so much, Somudu. I appreciate you. A fellow comrade who is always here, formidable, doing what he has to do and making sure that the message of Biafra gets to the ends of the world. You're welcome, my brother, Somudu. My beloved sister, Stella Uzoka. Thank you so much for joining, my beloved sister, Stella Uzoka. Happy weekend. A very strong member of the family, supporting in all angles, doing what she has to do to make sure that the message gets to the ends of the world. You're welcome, my sister, Stella Uzoka. Helsing, thank you so much. Helsing, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. You're welcome. This is your family. Thank you for being around. I welcome Uche Onyendi. Thank you so much, my brother Uche Onyendi. Thank you for being around. You're always here doing the needful and making sure that the information gets to where it has to get to. Gerald DK, thank you so much, Gerald. I appreciate you. A formidable Biafran also, making sure that the information gets to where it has to get to. Thank you for joining and happy weekend. My beloved brother Ndubisi Obi, thank you so much, Ndubisi Obi. I appreciate you and I wish you a very happy weekend. Thank you for being part of the program this morning, as always. Wherever you are watching, whether you are commenting or you're not commenting, whether I mentioned your name or I didn't mention your name, you are highly welcome and you are special in this program. And those, my brothers, who are always here on Facebook watching, more especially Energetically, you are always here every blessed day. You're always here on Facebook and you are following up, sharing and getting the information along. I appreciate you, my brother Energetically. Thank you so much. for being there. I appreciate you. And those who are watching from TikTok, I might not be able to mention your name. Every one of you that is watching, wherever you are watching from, I appreciate you and I thank you so much for being part of the program. Without you being there, I can't be here. The task is huge. It is not easy. It's a very tough task. And so many things are making it much more difficult. The social media network is not our friend. They do not send our notifications to those who are supposed to get it. They restrict our views and make sure we don't reach to the people we are supposed to reach. That is why your support is highly needed. Without you sharing the messages, without you clicking like, without you liking the message and sharing it, we cannot get to where we are supposed to get to. It is very important. That is why we must have to engage in this radical evangelism by making sure we click like and share. Each time you join the program, make sure you bring at least one person to connect so that this message can get to those who are supposed to hear us. I welcome Steve Ede. Thank you so much for joining, Steve. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You are a member of the family. Thank you so much for being around here. May Chukwu continue to guide and protect you. For the sake of those who are joining us for the very first time, and those who are going to come across our video for the very first time, I want to remind you that this very platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, today, under the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze. That is where we are. I want to remind you that in this platform, we do not come to this platform to instigate violence. We do not come to this platform to preach hate. We do not come here to attack people or individuals. We don't come here for propaganda or blackmail. We don't come here for saga. We do not come here to speak against any race or religion. What we do in this platform is to present the case of Biafra before the whole world. We are talking about the Biafra that is a country that existed from 1967 to 1970. A country that fought a brutal war with Nigeria and its allies, the United Kingdom, the French and the Russians, with the United States to an extent, fought against Biafra for 3 good years, from 1967 to 1970. Committed genocide in Biafra land, starved children to death. Millions of our children died out of starvation. Cost imposed in Biafra land by these tyrants. Within that time of the war, space of that 3 years, Biafra existed as a country of its own and was recognized by many countries of the world. Biafra gained recognition from countries of the world, and none of them took back their recognition. But somehow, our forefathers who fought then, and our fathers who fought then, we are tricked and convinced to accept no victor, no vanquish, so that a new phase will be opened. And Nigerian promised the 3R: reintegration, rehabilitation, and reconstruction. This was the promise the Nigerian government made, and this is the basis upon which our fathers accepted the no victor, no vanquish. But after accepting this and gave up the defense of Biafra land and decided to work with the Nigerian government to give them a second opportunity, Nigerian government and its ally never keep their promise of the 3R. The reconstruction was not done, the rehabilitation was not done, and reintegration was not allowed. Up to this moment, the contraption called Nigeria have refused that Biafrans will reintegrate into Nigeria. Biafrans have done everything humanly possible to reintegrate themselves politically, socially, economically, but yet they have not been allowed. That is why they are so much hated in Nigeria. They force themselves into areas other states develop, other states contributed in the economy of all the states in Nigeria. Most of the states, when you go there, when you look at the people who contribute in paying of their tax and whatever, it is the Biafran people. They invested in many countries, gave employment to people where they reside. But yet, they were not accepted. Any moment there is any problem, they go ahead and destroy their properties. Whenever there is any chaos, even things that doesn't have to do with the Biafrans, even things that happen outside the shores of Nigeria, they attack the Biafran people. When there is something that has to do with Christianity, maybe a speech somebody made somewhere else, they attack the Biafrans. They never allowed that reintegration. Biafrans continue to endure and force themselves to reintegrate, but yet they were not accepted. Many Biafrans have lost their life in the northern part of Nigeria because of, for no reason. You can remember, you can count from history. Many Biafrans were beheaded in the north simply because they practice their own religion. In a country where they say there is freedom of worship, many Biafrans lost their life in that northern part of Nigeria simply because they are Christians. They were not allowed to practice their Christianity. We can remember the story of a woman who was preaching in Abuja, a pastor who went in open air preaching, which is something that is allowed in Nigeria, because you see the mosque and the churches with their speakers preaching and they're evangelizing. A woman who went to evangelize, a pastor, was murdered in cold blood in the street of Abuja. Nobody was held accountable up to today. We heard the story of Deborah. What happened to her? An argument in a WhatsApp group because of a statement she made, they stoned her to death and burnt her body. You heard the story of Akaloka. Akaloka was beheaded even when the police held him, arrested Akaloka and put him in the police cell. The hoodlums, the terrorists, went into the police station, brought him out, cut off his head, and they were playing with the head, walked around the whole city with his head. Nobody was punished. Nobody was held accountable up to today. There was one other person again that told somebody who was praying in the front of his shop that you don't have to be washing in front of my shop. Shift a little bit and continue your prayer. And they bounced on that woman and took her life. Are you going to count one or two? There are so many people, Biafrans, that have lost their means of livelihood in the northern part of Nigeria simply because they are Biafrans. They did not commit any crime. They burnt their properties. So many came back from the north as widows. So many children came back as orphans. Some lost every single property they have and they are helpless. They are now managing their lives. And this incident has continued up to this moment as we speak. They never allow us to reintegrate. Talk about reconstruction. Up to this moment, you cannot find the presence of the federal government of Nigeria in Biafra land. All the federal road in Biafra land today is completely broken and dilapidated. All the federal roads. They have made construction of their rail and they boycotted all the southeastern part of Nigeria. They boycotted all the southeastern part of the Biafran land was boycotted. More especially the Igbo Biafran section. It was boycotted. They went round. They went up to the extent of taking the rail to a neighboring country, Niger. They took the railway, built the railway from Abuja to Maradi in Niger Republic. But they make sure they skip Biafra land, more especially the Igbo Biafran section. The whole federal road in Biafra land is not temporary, except maybe something touches the state government that they decide to do it. Apart from that, you can't find such a thing there. Reconstruction was not done. Come to rehabilitation. There was no rehabilitation done anywhere for anybody. Our heroes that fought for us in the Civil War, our gallant soldiers that fought, were not compensated. They were not treated. They were not looked at. But this was what was promised. Rehabilitation. Instead of rehabilitation, they keep on reminding us of the atrocities committed against us, against our fathers during the Civil War. Even up to today, the Nigerian government continue to remind us of the atrocities they committed against, the genocide committed against us during the Civil War. There was no rehabilitation. Instead, they keep on touching that old wound. touching that old wound, continue on that same system that caused the civil war. They continue to touch it. They continue to remind it. You will remember the time of late Muhammad Buhari. Late Muhammad Buhari, the speech he made on Twitter, where he said, I will speak to them in the language they understand. And Twitter had to take down that very tweet. At every given point in time, they remind us that they took the life of our forefathers and they're going to do it again. They threaten us. Before you know it, they unleash their soldiers. Just as it is happening today, as we are speaking now, they are invading Biafra land. As we are speaking, some part of Biafra land, bomb is raining on some part of Biafra land. I just watched a video before I came online that somebody covered in the night where their helicopter was bombing the village in the night. In Biafra land, this happened recently. As we speak, the invasion of Biafra land is still going on. These are the evil that the Nigerian government has committed against Biafrans, that we cannot keep quiet and pretend it is not happening. And it is because of these atrocities that we cannot be silent. And we have taken upon ourselves to come here every morning to tell the world the true situation in that contraption called Nigeria. The worst of it today is that the country has been taken over by the terrorists. And the government does not want anybody to speak about that. The government do not want anybody to hear about it. The government do not want to take responsibility. Today, as we speak, the terrorists are running the show in the northern part of Nigeria. The Christian communities in the northern part of Nigeria are decimated. And nobody to speak for them. Nobody to speak for them. And it is because of what we are seeing happening in the northern part of Nigeria that the Biafrans have said, we cannot fold our hands and watch. Our Supreme Mazen Nandekano saw this coming and he warned. He took a bold step to begin to prepare us for what is happening today. And while Mazen Nandekano was doing the job, they took him away. They took him away just to make us vulnerable so they can come in and take as many lives as they can. But Mazen Simon Ekpa stepped in and continued the protection and defense of Biafra land. And they couldn't handle it. They took Mazen Simon Ekpa away. But as Chukwu Okama will have it today, we have Dr. NgoziOrabueze, who is still making sure that that status quo is being kept, protection of Biafra land. We will not stop talking. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter. We will not stop talking. The Biafra we are talking about is a country that have existed and have been redeclared on the 29th of November 2024. The Biafrans came together and they redeclared again. With a mandate from Biafran people, more than 50 million Biafrans, voted and asked the United States of Biafra to go ahead and make the declaration. The members of cabinet came together under the leadership of Dr. NgoziOrabueze, and Biafra was redeclared on the 29th of November 2024. And from then, henceforth, we cease to be part of the contraption called Nigeria. We are a sovereign state, even though our country is still under occupation by a Nigerian government. Nigerian government is occupying our space as we speak. We will continue to speak. We are not begging for anybody to come for aid or speaking that people will come and help or whatever. We know that they will not come. We know how the United Nations operate. They were there watching when so many genocides are committed in the planet Earth. In Africa, more especially, they did nothing. They will never come until millions lose their life. Just like they told Mazen Nandekano, what are you doing? Why did you stop? You should go ahead and do something. That until you show the world that your freedom was your life, they're not going to pay attention. That is why today we are not looking back. We will continue to speak. There are still men of conscience out there that we believe. There are still men of conscience in the United States. There are still men of conscience in the UK There are still men of conscience in all parts of the world. And Chukwu Okike Abiyama can use any one of them to kick off what is about to happen, because it is destined to happen. Our freedom. It has been signed and sealed, and there is no going back. The United States of Biafra government is doing everything humanly possible to gain their recognitions. They are writing letters to governments and organizations that matters, presenting our cases where it's supposed to be, and also embarking on full restoration on the ground. And we will continue to do so. It does not matter what you think about us. It does not matter how you feel about us. We will continue to do what we have to do. Remember, this morning program is always an interactive section, a section where everybody has to air their opinion. As I have always said, in this platform is a platform that belongs to the Biafran people. But it doesn't mean that only Biafrans will speak in this platform. We welcome everybody. As long as you are human, we welcome you to this platform. The only thing that qualifies you to join us live on stage, air your opinion, ask your question, bring your superior argument. If there is something we are doing you feel is not right, come up with it. Come on, speak to us. If there is something you have heard about us and you're not too sure about, you want to confirm, come up with it. The platform is open for everybody, whether you are a one Nigerianist, whether you don't believe in Biafra, you believe in Biafra, whether you have your different ideology, whether you have a different mindset from what I'm saying, whether you don't agree with me or you don't agree with me, whether you are supporting Mr. A or Mr. B or whatever you think you have in your mind, whatever be your opinion, you are entitled to it. Whatever be your orientation, you are entitled to it. All we ask is that when you are coming up on our platform, appear in a decent manner. And make sure you speak in a very civil manner. Present your case in a civil manner. We will give you all the time in the world to express yourself. And we will respond accordingly. It doesn't matter how angry you are, how dissatisfied you are. Try as much as possible to conduct yourself and speak in a civil manner, because the whole world is watching us. The United States of Biafra government is watching. Secretary of Information is here always listening to us. The Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, is observing this very channel. So, whatever information you pass here, it will get to the right source, and corrections will be made where necessary. Notes will be taken. And if there is something you want to clarify, use the link, click on the link, and come up. You're a Biafran. You have a suggestion to make. You have a superior argument. Feel free. Click that link. We are not here to insult anybody, to abuse anybody, or to attack anybody. No. We are free to discuss. We want to discuss. Let's have a chat. Just say it the way you feel it. And we are not here to gag anybody. You are entitled to your opinion. The only difference we are having on this platform is that this is a platform that belongs to Biafra. And every Biafran here has the right to speak in their own language. The Biafra we are talking about comprises of different dialects. We have different dialects in Biafra land. So many nations makes up Biafra. It is in Biafra that you can find a great diversity that brings peace, happiness, joy, and growth. The diversity we have in Biafra is the kind of diversity that the world seek for, not the one you have in Nigeria. What you have in Nigeria is destruction, where you take people that have different value system and force them together. In Biafra, every single one of us, regardless of our dialect, we have the same value system. In Biafra, every one of us have the same value system, the same value system. We eat the same kind of food, almost the same kind of religion is what we practice. The same mindset, the same appearance. When you see us, you hardly differentiate a man from a Ijo, a Bibio, Igbo, Ibanke. When you stand them together, you will not find a difference. But when you stand somebody from the north, if you stand a Janjaweed and you stand somebody from the east, you stand somebody from the southwest, you will see the difference without asking a question. But when you bring people from the old southeastern region, the present southeast, Lower Kogi, Lower Benue, the Biafran land, They are the same people. So if you are from any of those areas, you can speak in your own dialect to reach out to your own people in this platform. English is a borrowed language. It's a pity that some of us that are Biafrans, sometimes they come to the program only to come and listen and find out where you made a mistake in English. Some of them will come and look whether you are speaking the good English or you are speaking the bad English. What a shame. What a shame. In our platform here, you can speak in your dialect. You should be proud to use your own dialect to speak and talk to your own people. And why is it compulsory that I must be very careful to be good in English before I can talk to my people? How many white men can speak Igbo language? How many white men can speak Ibanke, can speak Ibibio, can speak Ijo? How many of them? And how many of them are striving to learn to speak? They don't. Even though our land is where they depend to get their wealth. Our land is where they get their resources, but they don't care to learn our language. But we are the ones dying, fighting ourselves because of their language. Some people will come here only to come and correct you and say your English is wrong or it's right. Even a white man understands what we are saying. The British people, when they listen to our program, they hear it, they understand what we're saying. But our people will be busy trying to correct you and tell you are good in English or you're not good in English. And they have made it that some of us cannot even speak our language fluently. We have a program we conduct every Monday where every dialect speaks in their own dialect in space, in Twitter space. In that program, sometimes when I want to communicate in Igbo language, it is a shame that sometimes I discover that I cannot even flow fluently in Igbo language without adding an English language. It is sad. In that program, I discovered that I cannot flow completely with Igbo language without adding English. That is what the zoo has done to us. And we have done to ourselves. And we have to begin to make changes. There is nothing wrong in learning other people's language or not learning other, but you must not make it compulsory or you must not use it to rate who is intelligent or who is not intelligent. Your intelligence does not depend on whether you speak eloquently or you don't speak eloquently. No. That is why in this very platform it is open. You can use the broken English so that everyone can hear you. You can speak your own dialect and reach out to your own audience to hear you. I welcome every one of you. Remember, today is Saturday, a special day, and it is fundraising. Wherever you are, don't miss the fundraising, 7 p.m. Biafran time. And before I introduce the topic of the day, I would like to remind us of the very important program that we are having that is coming up on the 30th. This month is a very, very special month. Don't ever forget it. The Heroes Remembrance Day, 30th. A peace summit, and also a day. The United States of Biafra will be in the head office where things are happening in Washington, D.C. That office will be open. Let's listen to the advert before we proceed.
No fear for our land. We go stand together. Fight for freedom now. No surrender.
This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose, an occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
We face many things, we don't fall. Them took a Namdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekbad and Kachi still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the land.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for being around and hanging out up to this minute. I appreciate everyone that have joined us. It is weekend, a special weekend, and we are going to choose a topic. The topic we have chosen for this very program says, tagging a freedom fighter a terrorist is a badge of honor. Don't allow the blackmail to stop you. Tagging a freedom fighter a terrorist is a badge of honor. Don't allow the blackmail to stop you. I chose this topic because of the news we saw yesterday. I know many of us Biafrans are very emotional. Many of us are very emotional. And I will encourage everybody to be very, very strong on what is coming up ahead. Freedom is not given, it is taken. Freedom requires sacrifice. If you have been following this very Biafran issue from the beginning, from the time of Mazen Nandekan, our supreme leader Mazen Nandekan has never promised us an easy ride. He never said it's going to be easy. Mazen Simon, never during his time, never told us it's going to be easy. And even today, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze is making this clear that it's not an easy task. We need to prepare. You must be prepared. You must be prepared. With the news we saw that came out from Finland yesterday, many people are already disturbed. I've been getting several calls and many messages. And as you all know, you know what the media of Nigeria used to do? Whenever there is such a news, the media of Nigeria will now blow it up proportion and they will begin to paint their own picture, push their own narrative to confuse and distract the Biafrans the more. But you must not be distracted if really you want your freedom. Yesterday, we read out the charges. They said they have brought charges against our Prime Minister Mazisa Manepa. The Finnish authorities have decided to charge him for incitement and involvement with a terrorist organization. This is an accusation. And this accusation has to be tested and tried in the court. Our Prime Minister will defend himself, and the Finnish government will provide whatever evidence they say they have and prove it. They are going to prove to us why they said that our Prime Minister Mazisa Manepa is incited. But when you look at some of the report that is coming from Nigerian media, they have already concluded. Some of them are reporting. They say that Mazi Simon Ekpa has been sentenced. Some of them are saying that Mazi Simon Ekpa has been prosecuted. They are going to be using different kinds of terms and languages to make sure they kill your morale. Their target is to demoralize you. You know, there was a message our Prime Minister preached that time. He said that their target is you. When they came after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it wasn't Mazi Nnamdi Kanu they were after. They were after you and I. Now they come after Mazi Simon Ekpa. It is not Mazi Simon they're after. They're after you. They're after me. And when you listen to the news that is coming from their media, you will understand where they are coming from. They have started. You know, each opportunity they have to push their propaganda, they push it as far as they can. Initially, we were here when they pushed their propaganda and they gave a date of extradition of our Prime Minister. They said on the 15th of this month that our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa will be extradited. That everything has been concluded. Even when there has not been any appearance in the court or discussion anywhere, there has never been. The Nigerian media went on to push that propaganda and people believed them. Some of our Biafra get worried and they were calling and asking. They have started again. If you go to their media, some reports they are making there is that Mazi Simon Ekpa has been sentenced. Mazi Simon Ekpa will be jailed. Some of them are now deciding and already providing punishment for him. Some calling for his head. Some different kinds of things. But I want to tell you, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching from, tagging a freedom fighter, a terrorist, is a badge of honor. Do not be demoralized because Mazi Simon Ekpa is facing such kind of a charge. It will be fought again. It will be debated in the court. The easiest way for your enemy to hold you down or put you down is to give you those names. And there's never a time you expect your enemy to give you a good name. The enemies will never give you a good name. Whenever you see your enemy begin to give you a good name and praise you, run. Run for your life. You are gone. Your life is gone. Whenever you see your enemy raising praises and giving you good name, run. They will never give you a good name. So, Biafrans, do not be moved because of the charges they are bringing on Mazi Simon Ekpa. It is expected. When you see the way the Finnish authority and Nigeria are rapporting, after hearing their ambassador in Nigeria opening her mouth saying that Mazi Simon Ekpa is standing in between in their bilateral relation, that Mazi Simon Ekpa is hindering their relationship with Nigeria. When you hear such statement, you know what is coming. When you heard that woman make that statement, you should know what is coming. When the Finnish authorities were saying, when their government were saying, you heard what they've said. The ambassador then made it clear that Mazi Simon Ekpa has his right to exercise himself, express himself. But when the game changed, you heard them, they changed the ambassador. The new ambassador came and said that Mazi Simon Ekpa is standing in their bilateral relationship with Nigeria. It became about them, their interests. It became about them. They used Mazi Simon Ekpa to bargain for their own interests. They used Mazi Simon Ekpa to bargain for their interests. But it's not going to end there. The discussion is going to end in court and it should be discussed. We know it's going to be, there will be delay. But that delay they want to go, we are not stopping. That is why the race of Biafra is a marathon. Even if tomorrow you say, we don't say DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, somebody will take up immediately and we continue to move. We are not stopping until we get to the destination. It's a relay. One person will run and hand over to the next person. The next person run and hand over. That is how it will be until we get to our destination. We are not stopping. When you hear those charges, do not shake and don't move. And I want to remind you, Nelson Mandela that the whole world is celebrating today. Nelson Mandela, they called him a terrorist. In fact, the name of Nelson Mandela was still in a terrorist list in the United States until his death. They removed him. They removed it after his death. While he became a president, he was still a president. While he became a president, served as a president, his name was still in the list as a terrorist in the United States. They were still having his name as a terrorist. But today he's celebrated. Martin Luther King Jr. was called a terrorist. But today, his status is everywhere in the United States. His status is everywhere in the United States and celebrated as a hero. At a point in time, he was called a terrorist. Gandhi was also called a terrorist. So it didn't start today. There are so many people today you see that you celebrate, that you worship. People who have their own region at heart. At one point in time, they were tagged terrorists. And so many of them face this same treasonable felony that you see them singing it for Mazen Nandikan. Many of them passed through that journey. That is why whenever you see something coming, you know you're on the right path. Whenever they are calling you those names, because you are fighting a just cause, don't worry. Do not bother yourself. As long as you know you are standing on the right path. Just like in the case of Biafra, we are not a secret society. We are not a secret. We are not hiding. Be patient and wait. The Finland authority are going to explain to us who and where Master Simon is inciting. Master Simon, they said he was incited. They were going to prove it to us and show us who is incited. They took Master Simon, we continued and we went and we declared Biafra. In Finland, he is absent. In the absence of Master Simon today, the sit at home is still going on. From the onset, from the beginning, even the sit at home, remember, this sit at home was put in place by the Department of Saboteurs. They put it in place with the agreement of Biafrans. When they removed it because of their evil act, they removed it. The Biafrans themselves decided it wasn't Mazi Simon that imposed sit at home to anybody. You know, that is one of the common arguments they bring. They talk about sit at home. Mazi Simon was not the one that instituted sit at home. Neither was he the one forcing Biafrans. Biafrans themselves decided they will not stop. When the Department of Saboteur chose to tell them stop, Biafrans realized that that very sit at home is a key to air their opinion because they can protest. You cannot protest in Biafra land. If you protest, you are gone. Every one of you remember what happened in Headbridge. How the members of IPOB lost their life. You remember what happened in Aba, where they were shot in cold blood. All these informations are on video. All these informations are a video. Biafrans cannot protest in Nigeria. And the Biafran people realize this. Within themselves, they agreed that they would sit at home. The only thing Master Simon did was, as a fellow Biafran, continue to encourage them to keep on doing what they have to do to see that we are free. That was all he was doing. Encouragement. Reminding Biafrans what they're supposed to do, that while you are doing all this, prepare to secure yourself, secure your life. The message Master Simon preach is the same thing Danjuma is preaching in his state. It is the same thing former, what is it called him? So many of them are preaching the same message, including the North. Governors are preaching the same message. The same message, message of self-defense. Defend yourself, protect yourself, safeguard yourself. Today in Nigeria, that is the order of the day. The DSS chief is preaching the same message. So if Master Simon is incited, that means everybody in Nigeria is incited, including the President Tinubu, including the drug baron is incited. And they came and said that Master Simon Ekpa is involved with a terrorist group. And I asked, which terrorist group is Master Simon involved with? Is it the IPOB? IPOB, as we all know, have their branches in all countries of the world. And there is no country in this world that have named IPOB a terrorist organization except Nigeria. So what we are seeing is Finland that claim to have human rights. Finland that claim that they have human rights in their country. Today, joining Nigeria that is zero in human rights. Nigeria that is known for human rights abuse. Finland is joining them to proscribe IPOB because that is the only organization you can tell me that Master Samuel belong. And it is only Nigerian government that called them a terrorist, which is not acceptable by any standard in the world. It's unacceptable by any standard. What other group are you telling me? Are you telling me it is Briggy? Is it the Briggy that came to Finland last 2 years, for convention, with the consent of the government of Finland? They came for convention, did their convention peacefully, and they left. Is it the same Briggy that came to Finland last year to declare Biafra with the consent of Finland government, told them what they're about to do and their program? They have our program, they have our structure, they have every Finland authority have every single thing we are doing. There is nothing that is done in secret. In fact, most of the same Master Samuel does it on camera. Is that the terrorist organization? Or is it now that Biafra has been declared and we are now today in a government? Biafra has now moved from Briggy to United States of Biafra, which was exactly what Master Samuel put in place and planned. Is it now that we have regained our sovereignty as the United States of Biafra? Now you are attacking a nation, a terrorist group. Is it United States of Biafra you are calling a terrorist group? We are going to wait for these answers in the court. That is why I tell Biafrans, whatever you are seeing today is not strange. Their target is you. Their target is me. They want to slow us down as much as they can. They want to make sure they slow us down to see how formidable we are. You know, during the time of Mazen Nandekan, they felt that holding Mazen Nandekan, they never knew that there is anybody that is existing anywhere that can do what Mazen Nandekan is doing. But remember what they were told, that there are thousands of Mazen Nandekan out there. If you stop him, you will get people who are tougher than him. And when they stopped Mazen Nandekan, you saw what happened. Somebody who is much more formidable, much more technical, who is much more ready to do everything came up. And today again, they have taken away Mazen Simon Ekpa. And they think it will be Uhuru. I'm sorry to disappoint you people. You have just opened a new gate. And in this new gate, you see where we are starting, from Washington, D.C., from the top. It is no longer in the street. The struggle has left the street, no longer in the media. We are going to the headquarters where things are discussed in Washington, D.C. And we are starting that journey on the 30th May, this very month. Nigerian government and Finnish government will regret what they have done. And we will never forgive them. We will never forget. More especially the Finnish government, we will never forget. We will never forget. And I hope the world is watching. After this criminal act they have joined Nigeria to perform, then I believe the world is going to begin to have a rethink of their human rights status in the world. The world is going to have a rethink about the human rights status of Finland. You took somebody away without any investigation and you held him now 6 months and still counting. You have not brought him before your court. You didn't even have evidence when you took him. That is what it means. There was no evidence. You only took him, kept him for more than 6 months, and you are looking for evidence. After you have joined Nigerian government to come together and manufacture whatever you manufacture, and you present. We are waiting for you in the court. We are waiting for you in the court. We are waiting for you in the court. Whatever delay tactics you people have, as you are pursuing your interests, we the Biafran have our interests also. It is Biafran first. And there is nothing anybody can do to deter us. It is Biafra first. Finland have done a great damage to Biafra movement. They have rolled the hand of the clock back for us. They have created delay. A journey that we are supposed to end in 1 month, they have extended it to be for months. A journey that is supposed to end in 1 year, they extended it to years. But no matter what they have done, we will not relent. Chukwu Okike have a way of doing his things. As in Opa Agbara no excursion Kemeri. And I want every Biafrans to know that everything works together for good for them that love Chukwu Okike. At this stage that the restoration of Biafra is, there is no going back. One thing you will have at the back of your mind, wherever you are and you're watching this program, is that Biafra is now fully on international stage. With Finland taking this their position, once Mazi Simon appear in their court, Biafra will no longer be something that we discuss under the table. Biafra can no longer be discussed under the table with the appearance of Mazi Simon on the court. Let the criminals in Nigeria, the one Nigerian is the idiotic ones, let them continue their propaganda and their laughter in their media. The same way they never took Mazi Nnamdi Kanu serious. They never took him serious. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was called a miscreant. They called him that small boy. But today, they are taking him serious. They laughed at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but today, they have discovered that that laughter, it doesn't work. The same way they are laughing at Mazi Simon Ekpa today, and they're making jest of what is happening. I bet you Biafra can no longer be discussed under the table. With the appearance of Mazi Simon Ekpa in the court, everything will be online. Everything we placed on the table. And this case is not going to end just in Finland. It is going to end in the international court. And I bet you Biafra can no longer be discussed under the table. Remember our Prime Minister used to say, for some of you have forgotten, when our Prime Minister made a move of this declaration, I played the video here where our Prime Minister said, when he went to submit the letter for the declaration of Biafra in Finland, when he went to the Finland authorities to submit the letter in the police, they told him, you know that this movement is going to cause an uproar. It's going to make people raise eyebrows. It's going to cause a global discussion. Mazi Simon Ekpa responded and said, that is what I want. He said, I know. Some of you have forgotten. He said, I know. That's what I want. So for you that think that maybe Mazi Simon Ekpa is not aware that this thing is going to get to this level, he knows. He knows. And he has been looking for an international stage to put forward the case of Biafra on the table. Remember, each time you mention it, they run away. But when they come to the court, they can't run away anymore. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spoke about how many times Biafra were mentioned in certain areas. Once you bring up the case, they run out. But this time, they have decided to bring us up through the court. And after the appearance, all the criminals who are supporting the terrorist government of Nigeria will not remain the same. And the terrorist country called Nigeria will never remain the same. Calling us a terrorist will not stop us. They only say the demonizing. Will we continue to raise funds to defend our land? Will we continue to raise funds to protect our brothers and sisters and mothers at home? Will we continue to speak to the world about the situation in Nigeria? Will we continue to expose the atrocities of Nigeria and its allies against the indigenous people? And for the record, do not think it is just about the Biafran. Every indigenous tribe in Nigeria has become an endangered species. The only difference is that Biafrans have the voice, they can talk. And every other region is wishing to have someone like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa representing them, but they don't. They don't have that voice. All they have are criminal politicians that are there gagging their voice and making sure they're not heard. We have the same politicians in Biafra land. The worst, in fact, the worst politicians you have in Nigeria are Biafrans. The worst of the worst. The worst of the worst. The people who can take human life for position. Those who can drink human blood for position. They are Biafrans in Nigeria. But at the same time, we have the formidable men who cannot be deterred or stopped. They are Biafrans, and we will engage them until they go down. And for the fact that this project is not just our project, it is the project of Chukwu Kabiam, we are going to fight until the last man standing. Mazen Nandekano said it, that we have reached a resolve to defend our land by all means necessary, and no inch of our land will be given to the terrorists, both in uniform and those off uniform. And when we talk about Nigeria being a terrorist country, it is not I tell you in this platform, we don't talk about propaganda. There are evidence everywhere in video and picture. A country that reintegrates terrorists in their midst. They tell you that Boko Haram has repented. The same Boko Haram they say repented today has invaded their camps. 4 camps within a short space of time. They are on video. You see their military crying helplessly. The same people they say they rehabilitate, they reintegrate, are still actively fighting stronger than ever and taking over the whole area. Many part of the northern part of Nigeria today is in the hand of the terrorists. They don't care about it. But go to Biafra land, a place where people are asking for self-determination. Go to Biafra land, you see what is happening. You see the convoy of their military. You see the jet fighter on the air, bombing innocent people in Biafra land. Meanwhile, even in the area where they have just taken over military barracks, did you hear any report from Nigeria? Did you hear them make any speech? Did you hear them get angry? Did you hear people outraged? No media is even talking about it. No media is talking about that issue. A situation where terrorist organization overtook 4 camps within a short space of time, get away with all their weapons and ammunition. Today, the Boko Haram are using drones, armed drones, something that the Nigerian government cannot use. And they are not worried. They are not outraged. They don't care. They see their soldiers being butchered. They see the soldiers they train crying and shedding tears. They are not moved. But where their focus is on the people who are asking for self-determination, a genuine request. People who say, live and let's live. People who are saying, let every region be on their own, grow in their own space at their own speed. That is what we're asking. People who are saying, divide the country along tribal lines. Create a country where people that have similar value system can be together and exist in peace. We can still communicate. We can still intermarry. We can still make business together. We can still do a lot of things together based on agreement we reach by ourselves. How is that a bad request to make? But that is where you see them carrying their convoy to take innocent life. And this information is in the public. The Finnish authorities have this information firsthand. The atrocities of Nigerian government against its own citizens. They have the record. Master Samuel today has been out for how many months? He has not spoken. But yet, Nigeria is more insecure than ever. Biafra land has been occupied more than ever. The terrorists are running rampage. Both those in uniform and off uniform. And yet, some people are putting their own interests ahead of interests of others. This is a world where there's so much talk about humanity. Today, when it comes to the issue of Biafra, humanity becomes dead completely. Nobody cares about humanity anymore. Because the issue has to do with a Biafra. Nobody cares about humanity anymore. The people that have preached humanity for us for a long time, they no longer care about humanity. Nobody cares about humanity anymore because it has to do with Biafra. Human rights abuse against Biafrans does not amount to human rights abuse. Genocide against Biafrans does not amount to genocide. Abuse against Biafrans does not amount to abuse. Global conspiracy. And Finland is in the forefront today, supporting and promoting it. The whole world is watching. I still believe there are men of conscience out there. And by the special grace of Chukwu Karima, the mission is not just ours. This is a mission that belongs to Chukwu Karima, and he will fight the battle in such a way that the glory will never go to any man. Very, very soon. So tagging us terrorists will not make us keep silent or stop talking, because we know whom we are. We know whom we are. We know that we have obeyed all international laws. We know we have passed through the international procedures on restoration of countries. We know what we have to do and what we are not supposed to do. So we cannot be deterred. Wherever you are as a Biafran, when you hear such, don't be moved. Be strong and continue to move ahead. It is either Biafra or nothing. Just like Mazen Nanekano said. He has the right to fight Biafra. I have the right to fight Biafra. You have the right to demand for Biafra. I welcome everyone for again. I welcome my beloved sister Ojugo. I can see my brother Greg is also here. So as we proceed on this weekend program, I will give the stage to my beloved sister Ojugo to go ahead and speak to the Biafran people. My sister Ojugo, take the mic and speak to us. Unmute yourself, my beloved sister Ojugo. Unmute yourself. Are you there, Ojugo? I'm not sure she's there. If my sister Ojugo is not there, maybe she's busy. So let's go to brother Greg. My brother Greg, unmute yourself and speak to us before our sister Ojugo will join us back again.
I am here.
Yes. Okay, bro Greg, hold on. I think our sister Ojugo is here. Go ahead, my sister.
Yeah, good morning, brothers.
Good
morning, my brother Greg, and those listening on the comment section and different platform. Good morning, and thank you all for always being there. This fight we're fighting is fight for life. We're fighting to live. Just asking to spare our life. We pray that prayer every day to God, thanking God for our life. If we thank God for our life, why would we allow other people to oppress us or take away our life? Our life is precious. Black life matters a lot. We are all human beings, created by one God. White or black, we are all human beings created by God Almighty. And we should respect each other. We should respect each other. If the Bible that we follow says we cannot make one single hair one, then how can you take a life that you cannot bring back? Take note, I'm calling on all more than 50 million Biafra that voted for freedom, that voted to live, and those who did not have opportunity to vote. What are we doing? Did you just vote to go and sleep? Or we voted for freedom to fight for freedom? Mazen Namdekalo said, only two ways. Only two options. We don't have more than that. The first one is by ballot and referendum. But knowing who we're dealing with, the non-entity country called Nigeria, where dormant and stupid people fill up the space. British use them as a company, and they are falling for it. And they will never listen. They will not. Because we won't be where we are now. This matter would have been settled a long time ago. When but the prophet, there was a lot of prophecy, call them now. Call them before it is too late. No. Pharaoh, let my people go. No. And then he said, the second one is to fight. And we have chosen to fight. That is Mazen Namdekano word. We have chosen to fight for this freedom. So, more than 50 million Biafrans, I'm saying, where are you? What are you doing? Did you vote to go sleep? And there is something, every time, if you're really a true Biafran, you will be thinking all the time. You will be like trying to find a solution during your quiet moments. And in those moments, I was just thinking, I said, everything in this Bible is happening even currently in our eyes right now. The master gave money to 3 servants. One gave the money back to the master. You gave me this, I better take you a while ago. The other one just buried it. The one was just keep that money, no business, nothing. That was the first one. No business, nothing. The way you give it to me, take it back. But the last one went and made good use of that. Invest, multiply, grow, made changes. And when the master came, he said, this is what I have done so far. And I'm asking those sincerely, or those who work with Mazen Namdekano, who still believe in Biafra, but they are quiet, they are no more participating. So you are among the first servant that will say, Master, you gave me this. I'm holding it. When the master came back, he said, you gave me this. Take it back. What would the master say to you? Or those who destroyed it, buried it, and move on with their life? What would the master say to you? Or are you among those People say, hey, Master, when you are gone for 4 or 5 years, this is what I have done. This is where I am currently. You have a story to tell. You have a testimony to give the Master. I have made changes. This is where we are. I am saying this because there are people that worked under Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. I've not heard their voice. I don't know what they're doing. Both those who are holding the finances of that time. We are fighting one cause, and that cause is Biafra. What are you doing with what you have? Are you waiting for your master to come out? You say, Master, you gave me this to keep. Hand it over to the Master. May 30th is a call for all to come together. Trust me, the Master would like to see you make progress. The progress you have made so far is what the Master, is what will gladden the heart of your Master. So, use that May 30th opportunity. Use it. And when you're coming, don't be looking at which position are they going to give me. Oh, I was the finance minister during Nnamdi Kanu. I was the one holding the money. I was the one writing the secretary. If they're not going to give me money to hold or secretary to, I will not be there. No. There are so many other positions. The position will find you if they find you worthy and capable for that position. Because at this time, we don't want mediocres. The time for mediocres has passed. We need people that really, really have Biafra in their mind. People that really qualify, even with experience, to work. This is government. Not a place where we gather non-entities that will come and make noise. Place. This May 30th is a call for all to come. Keep position by the side. Because when you're coming and you're looking at where would they put me? Where would I belong? What would I be doing? Then your failure has already started. You've started to fail. So May 30th is a call for all. It's not late. Let your master find you and you give proper account. The changes you have made so far. It's the same fight. The same fight. It's a fight for freedom. It's a fight for Biafra. That's what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is still languishing there. That's what Simon Ekpa is there going through. That is what Dr. NgoziOrabueze is awake, call, entering one platform or the other, doing connections, sacrificing, awake, and all the cabinet that are fighting. That is why Brother Chooks devote 2, 3, 4, 5 hours every morning, and all the media team. When the master comes, the master will see where we are, and that will gladden the heart of your master. Come now, come all. Thank you, Brother Chus. Brother Chus, you're muted.
Oh, okay. Thank you, my sister. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that wonderful contribution you just made. Thank you so much. Let's hear from Bro Greg. Bro Greg, take the mic. Let's hear from you.
Yes, thank you, Mazichus. Good morning or good afternoon. Good afternoon or good morning to my sister, Ajugo. Adore. Thank you.
Thank you, my
the
brother.
Biafrans and all listeners. Thank you for the opportunity again as we are here to direct the Finland and the people that they are misleading concerning our leader and our PM Martin, Simon Ekpa. First of all, we pray that God will strengthen them, that all the gathering of the vultures will scatter. Because those people that standing against us, heaven will stand against them. It is obvious. So we pray that God will give Maazị Nnamdi Kanu the grace and ability to overcome the good work he is doing to set his people free.
See?
And the same thing that Simon Ekpa, God will use him to bring the Biafra to the international platform and in the table of the whole world where they will discuss Biafra this time around.
See?
And at the end, Simon Ekpa will be free and Biafra will be free. Nnamdi Kanu will be free. And Alibo will be free. So we commit them unto the hand of the Most High. As their enemies will scatter, they cannot stand. We thank God for DPMDrNgoziOrabueze and all the cabinet. We pray for God's strength and wisdom and direction, that God will lead them into the right direction to do the things that will make Biafra faster to come. So may the hand of God never abandon the Biafrans and the Alibo and all the part of Biafra land. That is our prayer for today. Yes, Maazị Chus. This week it has been not easy because sometimes they want to change somebody's program. But now Jonathan wife said, "I may take my leg. Now we take our leg, come."
Yes, so
now we want to come. So there's nothing we can do. Now we want to come. Yes. So your topic this morning is the tagging the Biafra or tagging our leaders terrorists. Terrorists have been a kind of name or what system they want to use to come or destroy or to attack somebody when the person is fighting for his freedom. But they failed from Martin Luther King. They failed from, what do you call him, Mandela. They failed the India man.
Gandhi.
The one that fought for the freedom of the Indians.
Gandhi.
They failed even from Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, even though he fought for the freedom of Nigeria and forgot the freedom of his people, of his kinsmen. So, yeah, so all these men that fought for the freedom of their people were attacked terrorists. So it is not a big deal. Neither is it a news. It's never a news to term every person that is fighting for his freedom and freedom of his people a terrorist. Then the question there that I am asking the Finland is this. Number one, Simon Ekpa had lived more than 10 years in Finland. He served them in the military. He did not commit any terror crime. He served them in their local governments or whatever. There was no crime of terrorism. They did not catch him of any criminality. From the military and every place and the things he has done for the Finland, where he has served Finland, there was no charges of any kind concerning criminality of any type until he resigned from their this thing and say, I want now to fight for the freedom of my people. So now he come to fight for the freedom of his people, and some people that doesn't have what it takes, they don't have credibility, they don't have integrity, and these are the people coming to tell you whom somebody that has served you and he did not find anything criminality on him. Then, and you as a Finland think that people are fools, or Biafrans are fools, or the people of the world are fools. If somebody come now and say that Tinubu is charging somebody for drug offense, what will somebody say? If somebody come now and say that Tinubu is charging somebody for forgery of documents, what will be the reaction of that person or people around the world? People will say, how can a drug dealer, somebody that have used thousands of dollars to bail himself from drug and run away from America, how can somebody come and tell somebody that this person, that Tinubu is charging somebody from forgery, when the evidence is there that he forged documents from entering into the university with a woman's name and the title of a woman and passing out as a man? Who is the criminal? When somebody come and tell you that when Tinubu come and tell Finland that Simon Ekpa is a terrorist, what is the act of terrorism? That Tinubu, before he enter into before he come into presidential this thing as a candidate of a president or whatever, Tinubu trained criminals and gave them uniform that will kill, that will buy people and make sure they snatch ballot boxes. And during the election in Lagos, everybody see what APC and the Tinubu camp did, which the international community wrote negative report about. Even though they wrote negative report, and at the same time they are still supporting him. So Finland will tell, we did not call Tinubu terror. Finland did not call Tinubu. What happened during the election in Lagos where they destroyed people and tie a lot of people and destroy their businesses? What is terrorism? What is terrorism? And Finland did not charge Tinubu for that. Finland did not ask Tinubu, what happened? How did you manage to enter into the power today? Finland did not go to the record of Buhari. Even when the IPOB were carrying blockades, they were cleaning them in thousands. To the extent that the Ajazera, whatever they call this thing, come and interview Buhari and ask him to look at on that television and let him see how his military are buying people. The innocent people that went to protest with flag and they were killed. Buhari refused to watch even before that interviewer, journalist. In his presence, he said he will not look on that television, that he don't care, he will not want to watch it. That why must they go and protest? Why must they look for Biafra? After they fought the Biafra war and many people died. Because of that, he would buy as many as he can, even the people, the civilians. Finland did not ask the question, why did they not charge Buhari that he was tying and killing the innocent civilians because they were carrying flags and saying Biafra, Biafra, and they destroyed them. Millions of them. Finland did not raise flag to go and the international community and fight for those people that they were killed. So today they are calling Simon Ekpa that he joined a terror group and he is inciting terrorists. That is laughable. Because Simon Ekpa has been living in their land and IPOB was registered. Finland did not stop IPOB and call IPOB terror. Until the Nigerian government come and tell you, don't you know that IPOB is a terrorist? And Finland buy it and say, okay, he said that he was a terrorist. That means, okay, Simon Ekpa joined them, they're terrorists. Which court would they go and argue that? Because IPOB operates today in Finland. So you cannot come and call IPOB terrorists. So that is laughable. Understand? So I don't know where they will argue their case against Simon. Before Simon Ekpa entered into this struggle, he went to his parliament, he went to his president, he went to the people of Finland and tell them exactly what is happening in his father's land or his mother's land. Even though he took Finland citizenship, he cannot abandon his people. He told them why he must arise because of the injustice and the human rights that are being abused to the people of Biafra, against the people of Biafra. And Finland did not do anything. So when they find doing all these things, nobody knew that they wanted to use Simon Ekpa to do bargain for their selfish interests. They said, let him fight Nigeria so that we will use him to get what we want. So Biafra become a bargain business, and then Simon Ekpa become a sacrifice, a sacrificial lamb for Finland to get what they want. So shame to them. As victory will go to Simon Ekpa because they have no reason in anywhere to hold him in anything. They don't have any evidence against Simon. Because those people that when Simon Ekpa enter into this struggle, Simon Ekpa push all the criminals away. And any person that have criminal record, he said, you cannot be in this fight with me and we will not show your face. We want to know those people who are fighting for freedom. If Simon Ekpa were a criminal, he will not force people to show their faces. Because those who are committing criminality in IPOB, he flushed all of them away. And they started fighting him. They joined the Nigerian government to fight against Simon Ekpa. That was what happened. So they think that we are stupid. We are not stupid. So in the end, we come and let all those of us know, those people that wrote those petitions, who are they and what are their faces? Where are their faces? And what crime did Simon Ekpa commit that makes them to call him a terror? And what is the crime of the IPOB that makes them to tag them terror? So these are the things they have to prove to the court. So any person, it's not just to tag somebody a criminal. You have to bring your evidences. So that is where we are holding them. So, and we will not, because of they say they're talking about terrorists, then we will say no, we will not continue fighting the battle we are fighting. They are wasting their own time, because Biafra will definitely come. And because Biafra have decided to go, not even Finland can stop it with Nigeria. They will not be able to. They will not be able to do it. And all the IPOBs around the world and people talking about fighting for their freedom, nobody have ever charged them for any criminality in any part of the world where they are living or terror case. All the people who are terrorizing Nigerians in that evil country, how many of them have shown their face? How many of them did Nigerian government brought to the court for judgment as that judging Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa? All the whole people that are committing evil in Nigeria, from the governor to the president, how many of them have answered the question? So, and the Finland that look at those things and all those things are okay for them, and they think that people are stupid. So it doesn't matter what they do or whatever the term Simon Ekpa, Biafra will definitely come, and we are not going to stop. So they will be ready to gather millions of Biafrans around the world and put them in jail if they are calling us terrorists. We are not going to stop, even both home and abroad. Biafra will never and never and never stop until the victory is achieved. Thank you for now, Maz, and I will be listening.
So much. Thank you so much, my beloved brother. You just said it.
Let me support my brother.
Yeah, go ahead.
But great. We are talking about Tinubu. United Nations. Where is United Nations? Because their job is to be there for downtrodden, to make sure that human rights is being maintained. They all know the record of Tinubu, and they congratulated. They know how the vote that put the election that put Tinubu there went. Did the United Nations make complaint about it? Did they come out in the world to say, no, this is not right? They didn't do that. They congratulated Tinubu with his bad record. Now, the terrorists are there in Nigeria currently, disarming all the Nigerian military. I'm still listening to BBC. I'm still listening to the World News. I'm still listening to Finland, United Nations, to come and say, hey, this is what we are saying in Nigeria. I've not heard about that. We're talking about real terrorists, ICC, ISIS. That's what we're talking about. Boko Haram. Terrorists. Internationally known terrorists. And it's IPOB. Indigenous people of Biafra. You're calling terror organization. Who made them terror? Who? And when that case started, the world came out to say they were not internationally, that they are not terrorist organizations. So where is Finland getting whatever they are using? I'm just laughing. I don't even want to talk about that because they fell. I don't know how to tell them where they will find themselves. Whoever that is currently their prime minister will lead them to doom. we give them a bad name. I don't know anything about Finland before, apart from gymnastics, ice dance. Little that you hear their name, but it was Simon Ekpanjoku that made their name out in the air.
Of course.
Simon Ekpanjoku made their name out in the air. That even Oke Anungwere can now say Finland. So, if they are watching what is going on in Nigeria and their mouth is shut, it will come back to them. They let them know that whosoever they have now as their president or prime minister is denting their name. Holding Simon Ekpa, make sure, let them go. I hope they have enough prison to put in there over 50 million that voted for this Biafra. If they don't, they better, whatever money they're getting from Nigeria, they better start investing it in the prison. Because myself, I'm ready to come there. That one I don't even want to talk because they are just fighting no just cause. They're using the same thing Nigeria is using Nnamdi Kanu to do. The same thing is what Finland thinks. A whole foreign country, a whole country that has been living, now they want to join into being to slave people. So let them do whatever they want to do. They know those who are terror. Look at terrorism going on in Nigeria, killing, dismantling military bases. They're not saying it. They're not talking about it. And then they want the people to fold your arm while we don't have any security. And then we cannot defend ourselves. But them in their houses, they all have guns. All of them. Whatever you sow, you will reap. If they sow bad, how many blood or lives that are taken away from Biafra land since they are holding Simon will be taken away in one way or the other. Go write it down. They will meet it in one way or the other and they will run for it. That's what I want to add to support my brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my sister. You've spoken well. I appreciate you for that very wonderful speech that you just added. It is very disturbing and sad, the things we see, and most of my anger comes on those of them who have Igbo extraction, and they are joining the enemy to rejoice at the plight of their own brother. If you go online today, you see many people, those who are celebrating the evil news coming from Finland, those who are pushing it and trying to advertise it are from Igbo extractions. Many of them. I saw one of the idiots. I'm going to deal with that idiot program, hopefully by Monday, so that I can be able to get enough video that I'm going to use for that. One stupid journalist that is with this VOP. That clown there, that I don't know where they brought him for, a stammerer that should go and begin to learn how to speak first before you come online. He wouldn't go and learn. He is learning how to speak with Mazi Simon Ekpa's case. That idiot came online, the video I just watched where he was talking trash about Mazi Simon Ekpa and all the conclusion he was making, accusing Mazi Simon Ekpa of things that are not existing anywhere. And more especially, the accusation I'm making are things that Mazi Simon Ekpa made a video. There are videos that are there in regards to all this nonsense. When the issue that happened in Aba happened, when the issue of Aba happened, when the soldiers were attacked in Aba, our prime minister made a broadcast in that very place, and he made it clear that those people were not the Liberation Army. They were not the Liberation Army. That these are Biafrans, aggrieved people who they have been attacking and taking the life of their children and their brothers and sisters, and they decided to revolt. There was never a time he claimed responsibility of that very incident. But that man came online, he was saying that the man claimed responsibility and he was the one that did it. they push different kinds of lies that doesn't hold water. I don't know where they are getting their own information. Pushing lies. I'm going to deal with that video hopefully by Monday so that I can be able to search for that video that Master made in regard to that issue and play that video side by side with it. That idiot was talking.
What do you expect? The idiot you say cannot even get any reliable information, even though he's living in Nigeria. That is number one. He doesn't go to his
He doesn't have any information.
That's what I'm telling you. He doesn't have any information. So because they're calling him on the television on that nonsense radio to come and talk something about. So when he come there, he will be talking something that he don't even get information about. Where did he get light to watch television? Where did he even, that idiot you're looking at, he can maybe not even read even the newspapers are writing jargon. But sometimes he cannot.
You know the most annoying thing? The most annoying thing is that this criminal said he was a member of IPOB, a spokesperson to, he was a member of Mossop, which was written. And he was a spokesperson. He said he was the spokesperson or whatever in Mossop then.
That's why I was Rico Fed.
Somebody who was fighting for freedom is now today antagonizing and calling out the head of somebody who is fighting for the same thing you were fighting years ago.
He's just a common criminal.
A common criminal.
Just a common criminal.
Now you understand why so many of our people who have come out to fight genuinely failed. These are the bunch of clowns that surrounded Waziriki. You can imagine such a person today is on TV speaking evil about Biafra. This was a man who called the head. He said anybody that came to talk about sit at home that they should execute the person. He called
anybody that comes to talk about sit at they should execute the person, and he's fighting for, and he's calling somebody terrorist. Have he not committed crime himself with his mouth? Yeah.
It is so sad that I see the people that are doing this evil, the people that are in the forefront of derailing from what we are doing, trying to destroy and destroy, and even provide evidence, fake evidence and fake informations are people from Igbo extraction. I just saw a flyer now. I will look for that flyer again and show it. A report from Sahara Reporters. Ohaneze ndi Igbo, Ohaneze ndo hinandama. Ohaneze ndo hinandama. They want to change our Heroes Day, Biafra Heroes Day celebration. They say they want to change Igbo Day.
Igbo Hero Day.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? This is a program that Mazen Nanega initiated, and you never supported it. They never supported it one day. How can you wake up from your dream and begin to change the name of something that was made for the Biafran Heroes celebration? Biafra Heroes.
That is
everyone. Now
it is indirectly fighting against Biafra because they know that there are some non-Igbo Biafran that die.
To Biafra, direct attack.
Yeah.
We are talking about the heroes that died during the Biafran war. These heroes are from every extraction. They are from all the tribes in Biafra land. From south, from southeast, from the lower Kogi, lower Benue. These people are from every region that lost their life during that civil war. To remember them. One single day to remember them. Something that the Nigerian government never want to hear about. They want to talk. Nobody have been remembered of it. And we decided to do it by ourselves. Do it within ourselves. Leave the criminal entity, terrorist government of Nigeria out of it. And today, this is why when Mazin Nanekano said that every organization formed that bears that name Igbo does not succeed because at the end of the day, the people that run it is the Janjaweed. The Ohanezendo Hinandama you are seeing today, that is why every time you see their leader is appointed by the government of the zoo. They appoint a leader for them. Look at the recent election they did. They were doing election in the River State. Some were in Enugu State doing election, and they have two different factions. Which other place do you see? Do you see that in Odudu, or do you see the other one? And why they are doing that thing is that government will provide who will be on top. If you refuse to choose somebody that government gave you, they will begin to create those fractions. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine the kind of useless idea that somebody will bring? That you want to make the Heroes Day celebration of the Biafran Civil War, to remember them. You want to, that they are trying by all means possible to remove everything that has to do with our restoration of Biafra. They don't want to hear anything Biafra.
You know, because everywhere looks so calm for them now. So they're using that opportunity now to do whatever they want to do. That's what it looks like now, because they're seeing that the Biafra land, you know, for them, it looks like, you know, that their big enemy is out of line. Now we can do whatever we want to do. Remember, Uzodinma is in charge of Southeast. Whatever anybody's doing, who is going to be the Igbo leader, is going to go through Uzodinma. Remember,
yes,
he's in charge of the whole governors.
You're right.
And he is number one that the Fulanis are using to work. He is their man. So that's why you see those versions you're looking at. These are the secrets behind them. So we really need to tell this Indonesia that give them heat again, because you know, during summer, this is who the hell were they even in Igbo land? They all ran back to Abuja. So we need to get up. We need to tell them that, you see, this Biafra is Biafra or not. They need to feel it, because right now it seems like they're sleeping, but we're getting ready for them.
They will definitely feel it very, very soon. Very, very soon. Let them enjoy it while it lasts. Let them continue to enjoy themselves while it lasts. They will definitely feel the heat very, very soon. Because this very restoration of Biafra, nobody, no human being can stop it. They cannot. Let them continue to engage in all those their fraud and all those their criminality with Finland authorities. Let them continue. But we are waiting for them. Whatever be the outcome, the whole world is watching, and the whole world will watch and see. Let us listen to this message from our Supreme Leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And from there, we can be preparing to draw the curtain. Because remember, today we have fundraising. Today, our fundraising today starts by 7 p.m. Biafran time, wherever you are. As we are talking about making sure that the Biafra land is not taken over, it is our responsibility, a humanitarian effort to safeguard our life, our property. They are going to make you feel as if you are committing a crime. This is their target. They want to make us scared so that we don't contribute to our freedom. They want to make you scared. They will call you terrorists so that you don't safeguard yourself. Self-defense is the right of every human being on the planet Earth. In fact, Chukwu Okike himself placed self-defense in every living thing he created. Every living thing he created, both plant and animal, there is a defensive mechanism in every one of them. So self-defense is natural. And international law accepts it. African peoples and human rights law accept self-defense. Nigerian law itself accept that. But when it comes to Biafran people, they will twist the game and make you feel as if you are committing a crime. They will call you different kinds of names to make you scared. Do not be scared. Do not be scared. This is even the time that every one of us should come out and make their donations. Come out and support your government the best way you can. Don't allow anybody to talk you down. Don't allow anybody to scare you. We must continue to do what we have to do until we get to the promised land very, very soon. No matter what they say, no matter the distraction, our destination is freedom, and we will get there very soon. Let's hear from our Supreme Leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu.
Quickly, or should I say some of you quickly capitulated because of your tribal affiliations or religious considerations. They managed to divide each and every one of you. But today you must make up your mind what you want to do. Do you want to change your lives, or do you want to continue residing in a damnable zoological republic with no hope, way, or means out of the mess that you're in. Why can't we change our lives? Those who are telling you that a revolution is not the best way to go about it, ask them, how come Russia is advanced today? How come the United Kingdom, Britain is advanced today? How come Germany is advanced today? How come France is advanced? How come Spain is advanced? How come the United States of America, of course, the greatest country on this very earth, is where they are today? Is because in each and every of these countries, there was a revolution. Either a violent overthrow of a very corrupt and inept regime, or there was what I would refer to as intellectual revolution. In Africa, none of these appears to be present at the moment. Those of them that commenced the NSAS protest tried as much as they can, but the forces that be overwhelmed them, the forces of darkness, the forces of hate, the forces of retrogression, the forces of iniquity prevailed, especially with the help of their journalists and their media houses. But this time around, we must prepare ourselves. But before we do so, we must ask this very important question. Are we all prepared for this very change that is about to come? Are we mentally tough enough to withstand all the garbage that will be thrown at us? Are you strong enough to jettison every emotional consideration that has to do with tribe, ethnicity, or religion? Once we are able to overcome all of this nonsense, believe you me, this very next phase of revolution will stand and stand very, very strongly. Everybody knows that Nigeria is a scam, a very big one at that. Nigeria is being run by an extremist bunch of dictators called the presidency. All of you know this. Everybody understands this very fact that Buhari is no more. You know that Buhari is dead. Everybody knows. But those still perpetuating this very myth that Buhari is alive are those pinning their hopes on 2023. So this is a collection of odd bedfellows. These are people who are determined by every means available to cling on to power, to continue to impoverish you, to continue to allow terrorists from all across the Sahel to occupy your farmlands and your forests. They rape your mothers, they abduct your sisters, they kill your traditional rulers, they kill the daughters of your prominent men, and you do nothing about it. Because their only consideration is to keep you focused on this very elusive, better Nigeria to come. You and I know that Nigeria can never, ever be better. We know that very well. The whole world understands that Nigeria can never, ever be better. Why are you pinning your hopes on it? You're pinning your hopes on it so you can go to Dubai, like Atiku and the rest of them, and buy houses for your wives and your concubines. You are doing so because you think it's the turn of your village to eat money. And I have consistently asked this question. Biden, that has just been confirmed as the US president, is he from your village? Boris Johnson from the United Kingdom, is he from your village? Is Angela Merkel from your ethnic group? I'm asking you in the zoo. But you prefer to live in all these countries, which means that ethnicity is irrelevant. What matters is the policies being pursued by any specific or particular government or regime, not where they come from. When people tell you nonsense about it is our turn, why don't we wait till 2023? They are only deceiving you. And if you allow yourselves to be deceived, things can only get worse. Fulani terrorists will take over your land. Time and time again, I have warned you on this very matter, but some of you never ever listened. I told our Yoruba friends that this thing you're supporting, this very evil government you're supporting, when they tagged IPOB a terrorist group, you supported them. You are going to pay a very heavy price for it. Had the Yoruba journalist stood up and said, IPOB did nothing wrong, you cannot tag them a terrorist group, believe you me, by today, you will not have Fulani people occupying Yoruba forests and farmlands. Because in this life, what goes around comes around. If you support evil today because you're benefiting, eventually that evil will overwhelm you. The same thing happened to APC. The same thing happened to Fulani Caliphate. They brought in terrorists from all across the Sahel. They brought them into Nigeria to try to force Jonathan out of office. Now Jonathan is out of office. They are now, of course, reaping what they sowed, all of them. Do you see that the North is in as much disarray as we have in the South, if not worse? When they were grooming and breeding these terrorists, they thought they were doing it just to assume political power. They never knew there was another dimension to it. That these terrorists that they all created will come back to consume them. And that is what is happening today. It is the spillover of their same, should I say, terror effects that we are feeling right across the South. That was why we said with the launch of ESN that we cannot allow that nonsense to continue. They know they are not going to make any headway in the East. They have turned their attention to the West. They are forcibly occupying their land and telling them that they cannot do anything about it. A whole presidency in a country openly and brazenly supporting terrorists. All of you watching and listening all over the world, you know that Miyetti Allah is a terrorist organization. You know that. They have killed. They have said that Benue State is theirs for the taking as a spoil of war. All of you are aware of it. You know what they are doing. Anywhere you have Fulani headsmen, terrorists for that matter, they tell you, oh, they are pastoralists. They are allowed to do their businesses in the forest. All of you are aware of it. But you kept quiet, hoping that somehow Tinubu will emerge as the president, or an Igbo man will come as the president, and your family will start enjoying. But in the meantime, you have no more farmlands, you have no more forests, you have nowhere you can call your own home. The same stupidity exhibited by Hausa peasants that enabled Fulani to take Sokoto from them, that enabled Fulani to take Katsina from them, that enabled Fulani to take even Kanu from them. Every Hausa land is occupied either by a Fulani emir or a Fulani governor. Some of you don't want to reason, you don't ever learn that the main aim of Fulani is to conquer your land and enslave you. Look at Hausa people today. As I wrote yesterday, they are worse than a discarded tissue paper. They are worth nothing. Only their language is what is relevant in their lives. Everything else is lost. All of you are repeating the exact same mistakes that the Hausas made. That is why they are in trouble. And that is why they can never ever come out of it. They are all suffering from what I would, an advanced version of the Stockholm Syndrome. Can you imagine that these people came into their land and took it over and they cannot do anything about it? Hausa is gone. It took Fulani very many years before they came out of their shell to say we are Fulani. Remember before, many years ago, they told you we are Hausa Fulani. We are Hausa Fulani. Because that time, their subjugation of the Hausa race hasn't been completed. Now they have completed it. Have they not completed it? And what is happening right now? I ask you what is happening now. Fulani have now come out to tell you we are Fulani people. Is that not what they are saying now? They are not telling you we are Fulani. No more Hausa Fulani. What does that tell you? That the Hausa race no longer exists. Do you want the same thing to happen to you? Do you want the same thing to happen to your families, to your villages? Do you want your towns, let's say Obomosho, to be renamed into a Fulani name? Do you want Onisha to answer a Fulani name? Forget all the nonsense about unity of Nigeria. All they are uniting against is your common interest. Unless you prefer epileptic power supply, unless you prepare to live your whole life without running water, unless you want to live in abject poverty and deprivation, your only alternative is a revolution. Let nobody discourage you. All the countries of the world doing very, very well, they all went through a revolution. You must go through it. If you don't go through it, you can never ever survive as a people. Fulani will take you over. As simple as that. This very day, we are making it known to the whole world that the Muslim extremist dictatorship masquerading as a secular democratic government must be demolished. It must be demolished for you to survive. They have to be demolished. If you do not demolish them, your lives will end very, very miserably. I assure you. I assure you. The zoo is on its knees. Everybody knows that the zoo called Nigeria is on its knees. Who doesn't know that? Everybody knows. Nothing is functioning. You are all aware of it. When they say go and register for NIM or whatever, NIN or whatever rubbish is called, all of you trooped out without legislation, without any laws. Fulani can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day.
They've gotten through.
You are all dying every day. Have you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad? There is no way that Fashoranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying something about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know. They understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanuri people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia. They are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president, because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. In 2014, 2015, 2016, they said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. IPOB is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiala is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. And all of you, we are supporting evil. When there is the proscribed IPOB, proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. These are Yoruba journalists writing junk. Every day they keep writing rubbish. But their land is under siege.
The land have joined them.
Their land is under siege. And the Fulani will take it. It don't take time. So I am here today to encourage them that they must stand tall and be very strong, resolute. That is what Fulani does. They control the media. They have well-paid consultants all over the world doing their bidding for them. They have that woman at UN trying to lobby the world that everything is okay in the zoo called Nigeria. But you and I know that the zoo is not okay. You and I know the game plan of the Fulani. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. That's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain, you do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, to take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests.
They're in the streets.
And who is going to drive them away from there?
Not
if not the Yoruba youths.
Yeah.
Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They said they support Akeredolu. This is the governor of Ondo State. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north?
Akeredolu, they killed him.
The Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu. Are they living in of course it's Hausa land? Are they living in the forest? They came to the town. They work very hard. They build houses. They build mansions. They develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you have had your breakfast this morning. Please go to your fridge or go to where you keep your beverages and you will see pig milk. Pig. Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk? Pig milk is the same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century, moving cattle from place to place, telling me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. All of you don't have any shame. When you have people, an entire presidency coming out to defend a very primitive, archaic agricultural practice, then you know you embrace this mess. You are in one almighty trouble, I'm telling you. You people are in a mess. The Holland that you get your pig milk from, do they move cattle from Rotterdam to Amsterdam? I'm asking you a simple question. But they produce the pig milk that you're drinking every blessed day. Why can't Fulani produce pig milk in Sokoto? Why can't they produce carnation milk in Kanu? They have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them. All this nonsense we are hearing today in this so-called one, I want to tell you the dangers of one Nigeria. All this nonsense you're hearing today about one Nigeria, Fulani in our forest, Fulani in our village. Before the white man came, did you see Fulani moving their cattle all over the place? Did we not have meat to eat? They will answer these questions for you. Because sometimes in Africa, we don't reason very well. The way we reason is disjointed. It is disjointed. I can't understand for the life of me why instead of them to waste all that money arming and equipping this Janjaweed army Mihetiala to come and conquer you and I, why don't they open a milk factory somewhere in the north and bring the milk down south? I'm sure Southerners will buy it. After all, pig milk comes all the way from Holland. Pig milk all the way from Holland. Now you understand it. Because of the way you people reason. Why can't you produce? Is it difficult to produce milk? The same milk that comes out naturally from the udder of the cow. Why can't you can it somewhere, pasteurize it, and send it to people to eat, to drink, or to do whatever with? All over the world, that is what is happening. In fact, they produce so much milk in Europe that they pour it away. Why can't you do the same thing? A whole president claiming they are in the 21st century are supporting a very primitive practice of moving cattle from place to all of you, you're not ashamed of yourselves. You have no shame. As somebody will say, your shame is shaming me. I'm telling you, you people from the zoo, I'm ashamed of your ignorance and stupidity. You people are hopeless, completely hopeless. One day I want idiot to come and say, we are intellectuals. And you're moving cattle from Kafanchan to Ahoda. You are intellectuals. You are intellectualizing. You are in the 21st century, you are moving cattle, driving cattle, Nama, from over 300 miles. It's claiming Yoruba forest is a place for you to be in. You want to relax, Yoruba forest is every Nigerian is free to live anywhere. And do their business anywhere, yes. But when an Igbo man tries to sell beer in Kanu, you destroy it. You destroy their businesses, you destroy their hotels, but you can come down to the south and live anywhere you like and grace anywhere you like. And you're telling me that is a country, that is one Nigeria for you? The Fulanis we are talking, they call them the Funa movement. Our attention has been drawn to a decree credited to one Rotimi Akeredolu, asking Fulani people who have occupied some forests in Ondo State to quit. We are also aware of another incident in Oyo State where an illiterate political talk gave quit notice to Fulani people to leave their territories, which are now their irreversible homes. Are you listening? Fulani are now saying that Yoruba forest is now their irreversible homes. They have now occupied Yoruba land in perpetuity. And I want to let my Yoruba friends understand this. You see, in life, anytime you support evil, evil will come back to haunt you. All of you never knew that IPOB and this Biafra movement was for your liberation. Some of you saw maybe the oil and gas from Biafra land. If they go now, we won't have access to oil and gas. In the process of having your eyes fixated on oil and gas, your forest is gone. Do you understand it? There is nothing more precious in life than freedom. Freedom is very important. And I need you to understand this very morning. Every Yoruba person supporting Fulani, you are setting up yourself to become like the Hausa people. Remember when Hausa was supporting Fulani? We are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Where are the Hausa people today? I ask you. Where are those Hausa people today? Do you see them anymore? They're saying we are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Do you see them again today? Do you see them? I'm asking you. No, because Fulani have completely overwhelmed them. It's called emasculation. Completely emasculated them. Look at what they're doing in the East. In the East, they come to the East, I will tell you, oh, you want to be the president or vice? Yeah. They say, give us land for Ruga. They give them land. I saw Joseph Okadu did that log banter. They have taken it over in forever and ever. Give us land in your state. Hope of them prove to us that you are stood. Give us land in Olo. Hope of them will give them land in Olo. We can go and kill people in Obibo. We can kill for them. How many Fulani governors are prepared to kill bandits? I didn't say normal people. I'm talking about armed, dangerous bandits. How many Fulani governors? Go and read your newspapers, you will see it there. Fulani governors are negotiating with them, giving them arms, giving them vehicles, making sure that their life is no longer a misery. But see, they come down to the south. They tell you, give us land for Ruga. Go and kill your people to prove to us that you're one Nigerian. That was why Obioso was talking rubbish. Was talking yesterday or 2 days ago. Supported by the BBC. The problem you people have in Nigeria is this. Your journalists, you see people, Punch newspaper, Tribune, Vanguard, and Nation, they are your second worst enemies. I'm telling you the truth. They can never, ever be objective in their reportage. Never, ever, ever. That's why all of you are suffering. But you don't know it. They were the same people used to scuttle the NSAS protest. Of course, some of you went about looking for Indomie in warehouses. Typical black people. Any revolution that is coming now, you must stand very firm. They'll say, oh, you're Igbo. Oh, you're Yoruba. Oh, you are from Europe. Don't join them. It's our turn in 2023. If you do this, you will scuttle our chances of becoming the president in 2023. Ask yourself, all of them that have been president from time immemorial, what benefit has it brought to you as a human being? Absolutely nothing. So you have nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose. You look at them now, how they have now descended on Yoruba people, asking them to concede, give us your forest, we must graze, we must do this, we must do that. And slowly, before your eyes, they are giving in, they are capitulating, they are allowing them to go, if you don't give it to us, so Tinubu will not be president in 2023. Tinubu won't be the president. That's what I'm saying to you. And foolishly, you will agree and hand over your land to them. And once they take your land over from you, look at Hausa. Because there is a saying where we come from. If you want to know what your life is going to become in the future, look at Hausa people. If you want to understand appreciate, I will say, the life that you are about to bequeath to your children and grandchildren, look at Hausa people. Is there any Hausa governor today? Is there any Hausa emir? Is there land though? Katsina is Hausa land. Kanu is Hausa land. Sokoto is Hausa land. The Hausa people own it, indigenous to those areas. I'm asking you this question. Is there any Hausa man who's an emir in the north? The answer is no. Something's going to happen to you. If you don't rise up now to break, I'm not even asking people to break this, you demand for what rightfully belongs to you, your freedom. The freedom to decide. The freedom to write a constitution if you prefer. The freedom to live with whoever you want to live with. That is what we're asking for. But most people misunderstood what we are saying. And today, almost everything we have said about the zoo has come to pass. Everything we have told you, everything I told you has come to pass, hasn't it? Everything. And some people are still questioning and arguing. They said, Fulani will resist by all means necessary, including armed resistance, any attempt to forcefully eject them from the forest. Yoruba, you must ask yourself this question. When we were pursuing them from Ebonyi, why didn't they say something about ESN or Nnamdi Kanu? Why? Have you asked yourself that question? Because they know we are prepared to die to defend our land. They understand that very well. That is the only language the Fulani understand. You cannot say to Fulani, oh, let us have a Fulani president, and after that all will be well. Never, ever, ever. They will continue to expand. They will continue to identify idiots in your midst, traitors, saboteurs in your midst. They will promise them heaven and earth. They will give them anything they ask for in order to ensure that they get into you, they subjugate you. Look at Yoruba land, Ilorin. Yoruba, how did you lose Ilorin? You lost Ilorin because somebody thought or felt that by aligning himself with what he felt was a superior Fulani force, he can defeat his own people. Afonja, what happened? As a result of that miscalculation, the great Yoruba race lost Ilorin to Fulani Caliphate. That is why in Ilorin you have an emir of Ilorin, not an Oba of Ilorin, answerable to Sokoto. That is where Lai Muhammad comes from. You can see them. Sokoto slaves in Yoruba land. When I say that, it's not religion. It has nothing to do with religion. It has everything to do with the mentality of a conquered people. Now they have left the Ilorin, having taken Ilorin and taken it to Sokoto. They now want to come into Oyo. They want to come into Ondo. Once they take over all those places, it's over for the Yoruba race. Over for you. No, never again will anybody rise a man of honor or integrity in Yoruba land. Never ever. It will only be their stooge. Look at what's happening in the East. Only Fulani stooges can now emerge in the East. It took them very many years, nearly 50 years, to accomplish this very simple task of making sure that everybody, be it Ohanese, be it Pandef, be it governor, anybody you're bringing out must come to the north to swear allegiance to the caliphate. All of them.
We are going to stop it here. Mazen Nandekana have led it. He have led it bare. They have succeeded in making sure that every single politician that you see in the Social Republic must pay allegiance to them. In Biafra land, everybody you see in Biafra land as a successful politician is a Fulani stooge. The same thing in the Southwest. As for the taking over of the Southwest forest, it is already happening today. When Mazen Nandekano made this speech, they still had opportunity, but now it is happening. They have taken over. They have succeeded in planting their stooge in all parts of the country. That is why Hope Uzodinma is in Imo State monitoring, sending jets to bomb his own people. Soludo is in Anambra State doing their bidding. Every other governor is there doing their bidding. They can take years to plan what they want to do and they will get it. My fellow Biafrans, the earlier we prepare, the better for us. The war has come. Not it is coming. Mazen Nanagan was preaching them and telling us what is coming, but it is already here. The only thing we have to do today is to gather together, prepare to fight this battle until the last man standing. That is the only way out. If you don't fight today, if you don't do that today, I don't know what will be your fate tomorrow. They are already here. And their agents are everywhere. The United States of Biafra have been declared, thanks to Chukwu Garian, but we must have to protect it, defend it with the last drop of our blood. That is the only hope we have to survive in that contraption. We're going to bring this very program to an end. And as we're closing, I'll allow my beloved sister Ojugo to give us a closing remark so that we can go back and prepare for the fundraising by 7 p.m. Biafran time. My sister Ojugo, give us a closing remark.
Okay, Bro Chooks. In fact, I feel like playing this voice. I don't know how, like I have a trumpet or something. I'm telling you. I wish there is a way, but Ndara will not. Put this voice out, BBC, all this. Let everything to awaken our people again. To awaken our people again. This is a prophet of our time. Nothing, everything. He was saying, wait. Now it's reality right now.
Absolutely.
Everywhere.
Everything is happening. Complete. The same way he said it. It is happening.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He mentioned Uzodinma, their stooge, and that's what I said before. He is number one. And that's what they made him to the president of Southeast Governor or something like that. I don't know if he still has that position.
He is the chairman of Southeast Governor. He is.
Aha! You see? And it's the Southeast governors that elected all these chiefs and gave them all these titles.
Yes.
So they cannot do that without letting Uzodinma know. You see how this rules? So they know, and they put him on top of all the governors in the Southeast. They know. It's their stooge. They know very well. Trust me, when he come out now, they're going to give him another position, and it's going to be the chairman of all the politicians in the Southeast. Yes. They know. That is why cancer, cut it off so that it doesn't spread. Cut it off. It doesn't spread. I'm telling you, Uzodinma is a big threat to Igbo land. The biggest threat. If we're not careful, let me reserve my words. That's why I am calling on those that work with Nnamdi Kanu. When your master come out, what would you present to him? Are you still waiting for him? Are you still waiting for him to come out? When our bushes everywhere is being occupied by the Fulanis. What happened to um, the man that handled myself was Ricky.
Okay.
When his people, military people that he has hope were taken, he lost our hope. If Nnamdi Kanu come out today and he saw that all our bushes are being occupied, what would you tell him? Sir, you gave me 10,000. I still have that 10,000. Take it. And he will clap for you. The purpose is to use it to defend that land, that the enemies will not occupy our bushes. It's just reality is fact. It's going very viral. If you watch those people, most of them are sponsored to travel for whatever the Muslims do. If you're not scared, too bad. Now the Kanu says, put religion by the side. All this religion you see, they came into our place. Muslim, Christian, our place were not the origin of it. They brought that to us. Put all this by the side. Fight for life. Fight for life. People from Sahel, people from other countries fought over there, don't find that, and they're trooping into your land, taking your land. And exactly, this man, he knew, he said, he told them, the Fulanis said, leave the forest for us if you want your Tinubu to be a president. And as soon as Tinubu threatened them, they put him in the ballot, pam, and he became the president. Why your bush are being occupied? Tinubu can only rule that country, Nigeria, for 8 years. And by the time he comes down, you are nowhere to be found. Your bushes, it will no longer be inside your bush. Now they will be out. Your cities. And it will be too late. The people can only identify you by your language. From Hausa Fulani to Fulani. From Fulani Yoruba to Fulani. I am so sorry. Really sorry. They are taking everything military. Security. They are attacking the security seriously. Once they conquer this security, and the highest security a country has is military. And they're dismantling all the military bases. Once they finish that, everybody's weak, like super weak. All this protection you see, they have their ticket, they all have their visa. Pam, they're out. They'll be out. Because their masters, they serve, the British, will give all of them visa. I don't think they even need visa to even travel. Express. Because they work for them. They work to their company. So, our people, like Nnamdi Kanu said, Biafra land is no-go area. And I think that place will be their last battle. Because by the time Tinubu will come down from wherever he's doing there, Yoruba land is already conquered. So, like I said yesterday, Biafra land will be your dead end. Please, Biafrans, we need to rise up. We need to rise up. We need to fund ourselves. We need to be willing to defend our land. in the United States of America where I live now, for you to be a citizen, whether you're 70, you're 80, you have to swear an allegiance that if any war occur, you will fight for them. They know why they do that. So we all need to be ready to defend our land. We all need to be ready in different ways. If you cannot handle the iron, you can feed, you can cook, you can donate, but we need to be united so that when this man, after suffering for years in the hand of the enemy, will come out with a smile on his face. Thank you, everybody, and have a blessed weekend. See you all, and bye.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. We appreciate you as always. Thank you so much. May Chukwu Okukabiyama continue to guide you, protect you, and bless you abundantly. Let's hear from our beloved brother, Greg. Give us your closing remark, Greg. Let's have your closing remark.
Yes, thank you again. We thank God for the grace that He's using you to make your contribution, at the same time using you to bring us out to put our opinion and protest the way we can. Yes, my encouragement today to our Biafran all over the world is to stand strong. Never you mind anything or whatever they might tag our leaders, both home and abroad. They are not the first people, and they will not be the last. Instead, it will be a kind of a help for us to achieve what we are fighting for. So tagging us terrorists, we are not going to run away from the media, from the contribution, and from the military aspect of it in Holland until Biafra is actualized. Because Bob Marley said he is not afraid of the atomic energy because he's not going to stop today. So, the atomic energy that Bob Marley sang for how many years ago is the same atomic energy that they are still using to kill or buy people all over the world today. The West have not stopped that atomic bomb. With all their politics, they have not stopped that, neither will they stop it. Because they must first remove what is in their eyes before they would look for somebody's and tell him what is in his eyes. Today, Finland is fighting for Ukraine, saying that they are fighting for Ukraine, freedom against Russia, that they fought the same freedom against Russia and they got freedom. And they forgot that the truth is justice, that God that created the universe is a God of justice. If Russia is attacking Ukraine, what is the contribution of the Europeans on that very attack? Is there any way that Europeans claim guilty? Is there any way that they offended Russia at all that make Russia to rise and fight? They are not answering that question. Finland entered NATO, even when Russia have not attacked them after their independence to date. But they said they want to build an army Which army are you building? If Russia have not attacked you over since you have your independence, how many years is that today? So Russia will rise up tomorrow and attack you for what reason? So, and the people who are being attacked, the Biafrans, and the person who raised himself and said, no, they will no more attack my people. They have destroyed my people. They have unlived my people for decades. And they have killed millions during the Nigerian Biafran war. I will not let that happen again. You take him and you tag him terrorists with the people who are killing them and put him in the prison. But to somebody who have not attacked you, Russia have not attacked Finland, but Finland went and joined NATO to protect the land, their land that had not been attacked since after their independence. And the Ukraine went to join NATO just to bring crisis. Europeans and the NATO push him into this problem, just like Trump is telling them. So who is deceiving who? Why would you want to protect your interest and come and destroy the interest of other people? That is the question the Finland must answer. So we are not afraid that you are saying that we join a group. That group, we are the group. The Igbos, the Biafrans are the group. You cannot come and term a home more than 80 or 90 million people as a group. That is, you term them as terrorists. It can never happen. And it has not happened. The Biafrans that are living in Finland have not attacked any part of Finland to say that they are terrorists. We live in every part of the world. They have not gone there and they got any Biafran and say, this is what this Biafran have committed as a terrorist. So why would they turn to be terrorists tomorrow? Because they want freedom. And because you want to use terrorism to try to a kind of way to incite fear into Biafrans to stop what they do. We even do it more and more and more. That is what Finland must understand. So we are not going to step back until we are freedom. We want to be free totally as you Finland are free. We have not been free. They have been destroying our land and destroying our properties, and we are fighting against it. And you want to come and quench it. When nobody have attacked you, and you are building a bridge that against the somebody who, if Russia will attack you in the future, you are building a bridge. But people who have been attacked and being by every day, and they destroy their children, rape their wife, rape their sisters and their mother, you want them to keep quiet. And tomorrow you say you give them, you want to raise charity for the Biafrans. We don't want that kind of charity again. We want freedom. There is no amount of charity that can buy freedom. Since you got freedom from Finland, are you not doing well? Since you got freedom from Russia. So what makes you think that Biafrans is not worth to have to be free from the oppressors of Britain and the Fulanese? So no matter what you do and whatever decision you take, Finland, we will be free. That is our message. You better have that at the back of your mind from today. That is our message of today. So I thank the Biafrans and I encourage any person, wherever you are, never go in the wrong side. Against those who doesn't want freedom, who are fighting against what the Biafra United States government is doing. Never you go contrarily. Stay on the lane. Stay on the United States of Biafra and fight to make sure that Simon Ekpa is free. Fight to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu is free. Fight to make sure that every part of Biafra land is free and no one will be missing. That is why we are coming out and say enough is enough. Thank you, Mazichus, and my greetings to all the Biafrans. May God bless every Biafrans wherever you are residing. Even the evil one, may God bless them as well. For the sake they are Biafrans, because one day their eyes will be open. They will know the truth and they will follow that truth. Thank you, my brother, and God bless you.
Bless you too, my beloved brother. Thank you so much for that wonderful, wonderful speech. I appreciate you a lot. I appreciate my beloved sister, Ojugo. Thank you so much for your immense support Sometimes it is very difficult to do this alone. If I'm doing this alone, I cannot be spending the number of time I'm spending. But through your support and your constant help here, we are able to push this message to the ends of the world. We're able to push it to people so that they can hear it. So I appreciate every one of you that participated. And I also appreciate everyone that have joined us on this program from the beginning to the end. In whichever way you have contributed, either by sharing, by liking the video, I appreciate you, and I pray that Chukwu Okuka Abiyama will continue to strengthen you also. You are all special guests wherever you are. Thank you, and I wish everybody a very happy weekend. See you during the fundraising by 7 p.m. Don't miss it. Be there. We must protect and defend our land. Don't be scared whether they will call you a name. Your enemy will never give you any good name. There's never a time your enemy will give you a good name. Whenever your enemy start praising you or giving you a good name, wrong. Wrong. Know that your head is almost off. So we must be consistent in what we are doing and continue to pursue our freedom. There is no going back. May Chukwu Okuka Abiyama guide and protect every Biafran across the world, wherever they may be. Wherever they may be, Chukwu Okuka guide and protect them. May Chukwu Okuka guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. May Chukwu Okuka Abiyama guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. May Chukwu Okuka Abiyama guide and protect our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I pray that Chukwu Okuka Abiyama will give our leaders more wisdom, knowledge, understanding, strength, and give them victory. Above all, Biafra is here, and we must restore it fully and continue to pursue the recognition, and definitely it will come when it will come. Thank you so much, and see you again in the evening by the grace of Chukwu. Stay blessed. See you later on by 7 p.m. Remain blessed.
This is from Biafrans Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died, that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no longer them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I touched me, oh. Remember when me tell you say I touched me, oh. Yeah, I remember that what I called as a Bruce Mero. But the way you go like a Papa Nuku. But then the way you me tell you what I look pandi, what pandi Samiro, me tell you what I day. For me that all and the rest of man I tell you what I do. Me never give up, me tell them
I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
I look up to the sky with tears in my eyes. For other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart. Forever be a part.
They fought for our freedom. They died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front without food, without guns, for our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes. We want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart forever, 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 and never, and never, and never.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We blend in our history that the death of our people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bombed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali.
Then we are starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in our heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes of our fallen heroes.
This is for my fallen heroes. Give them motivation, people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They paid the ultimate price. They died for the freedom of unborn child. We live for the legacy. Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright. Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Yeah, put the flag in the air. Never be afraid. March on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah, you know what it is.
I'm looking at myself in
We
the
must
mirror.
revenge, and we must stand to represent who we are.
Husband are facing corruption charges. They told them this is what happens. Nobody wants to do to come out. That's the problem. They sent her to my case. So they can
the Biafra government they know na exile cabinet me no no ono ekene unu jisinike na chukwu na nda na ya agba unu ube maka na onye sụrụ ọbịa ya atọ ka ịmalụ ga-enu eyi jisinike Ekene mo ndị Biafra Liberation Army ụmụ Chukwu. The angels of Biafra land ekene nwe. The great oracles of Biafra na nwe. Anu ekene unu na mo. Na nunu jisi kelon. Chukwu ya gba unu ume ụmụ Chukwu ene asị ekene ya the Prime Minister H.E. Maazị Simon Webber abụzikwa agbata obi yo otu adịrị ụmụ Biafra bịa nụrụ n'ụwa Your temper will not be.
When I just show you, you will not see.
Yes. Mwana kwa mbekelele o. Odagiri dimu. Ose funu dilo bianulo nuwe. Makwale na kosa de malanya. Mweji mwagu kojilo sino de lonka sojilo ya tiji sojilo we walaso. Muzi kwe wabato biye. Pagada gidi dike bianulo. Mweji wala niyo. Onye tukunyere ndị Biafra na n'onu n'ụda bekele gị asị m na ya dịrị ndị Biafra niile na mma asị na ya dịrị unu niile na mma ndị anyị na-akpọrọ nwe n'owutere anyị welie nne ma ndị anyị na-akpọ na ndụdonu na ndụdonu n'ọnwụ Makana mbona boke kwena abodike Aboya na no, aboya long No bivo ye, dobeli ne dene no Wama believe emeleme A good legacy will last forever Wama believe emeleme And in remembrance of my bless you